Welcome to the Weaver podcast. I'm Sonja Wood, a mediator, conflict management expert, neuroscience enthusiast, and positive psychology practitioner. This podcast is for the leaders, the decision makers who already know that relationships shape everything: your success, your impact, your well being. Here, we go beyond surface level advice to explore the deep shifts that create real change in how you navigate conflict, communication, and connection. So if you're ready to refine the way you lead, you relate and influence, you're in the right place. I want to address the topic of overgiving that we find a lot in people-pleasing behavior. I've been reflecting a lot on overgiving, and I realized even though I kind of direct myself, I work on my leadership, I was tending to overgive in a way that I was not seeing really before. We think of overgiving as people asking us a service and saying yes all the time. We think of overgiving as not having clear boundaries and people taking advantage of us. Can you help me, please? For Saturday, I have to move all those boxes. Okay. I really won't have time for me, but well, okay, I'll help you for this time. We think of overgiving as choosing the other person rather than choosing us. And this is one aspect of it. But the other aspect we don't think about is overgiving in terms of I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it rather than letting them do themselves. And I find this a lot in partnerships, family dynamics, parent-child. And that's the tricky part because we don't see it as being a people pleaser. But we become bossy and we think, well, I better do it myself. Let me do it. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. And then suddenly we want to do everything because we get into that control where we're going to give over and over and over because we think we're going to do better than letting the other person do it. We do it with our partners. We do it with our child. We do it with our parents, with our siblings, maybe with our friends. And so I realized that I was also doing it actually within some family relationships. I realized that whenever I believe, which is a very subjective opinion, that I was doing it better because I would do it quicker, faster, more efficient, then I would just say, okay, whatever, let me do it. It's going to be a quick fix. So then I worked on my leadership a little bit more in depth. And I started to understand there is different way to lead, and leadership is not just in the context of workplace environment, but also in the context of self-leadership, in the context of family dynamics, in the context of partnership, of friendship, of community. And so when I started to see that actually within family relationship, I was the person that was overgiving without even giving a chance to the other person to do it, to step in. And so I was getting into a lot more bossy, masculine, directive leadership where I would just do it myself. And what I realized is it doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve the other person. It doesn't serve anything. Because if, for example, I step in as soon as I believe the other person is not going to be able to do it, not only I'm overgiving, and then I wonder why it feels so depleting, why I feel so exhausted, why this person makes me feel tired all the time, because I'm giving over and over. I do it all the time for them. And it doesn't serve the other person to learn to lead him or herself. It doesn't serve the other person to grow. Is the ways they lead themselves going to be perfect? No. Is that maybe going to be wobbly if the person doesn't have emotional maturity, is not very aware of his self-leadership, is not having all the skills, yeah, maybe. It's maybe gonna be like baby steps, falling a little bit, up, getting up, up. But they're gonna do the best they can, and they're going to learn and grow through that. And that's a form of leadership that is a lot softer, a lot more mentoring. When you know you could do it, yes, quicker, faster, more efficient. However, you choose to lean back, let them do it. We have time. I'm here if you need me, but you're gonna be fine. You don't need to rush. You don't need to do it quick. You don't need to be perfect. And you're gonna learn. Learn, it's your journey. You do it. And they're gonna do a little bit, become a little bit more emotionally mature and intelligent. Maybe they're gonna manage their emotion a little better next time, and a little better, and a little better. Maybe they're going to learn a certain skill a little better. Maybe they're going to manage their stress a little better. And bit by bit, always a little better. But it gives a chance to meet you where you already are in your journey at their own pace. So I really think being in that very directive, harsh leadership, if I take an image of it, it's more like the military style leadership. Do this, I command you. And then when you see it's not done properly, it's not efficient, then you do it. Well, it's taking too long. Let me do it. It's not serving anybody. It's not serving you to learn, to soften, to trust. It's not serving them to grow and to build the skills to lead themselves better. And I feel integrating that difference helps to stop overgiving that much. It stops overgiving at all. Because when you spot times where you have this tendency to overgive in the context of, let me do it for you, I'm gonna do it better. You are being aware of this behavior, and then you can choose because you're aware, you see the possibilities. You see, okay, I can either continue doing that because it benefits me in a way or another, or I choose to lead differently, to maybe trust a little more, to let the person make mistakes, try, try again, succeed. And so you let the other person lead themselves in at their own pace, on their own journey. That is not yours. It's not yours to decide. And I think, now I think about it, I wonder how it would evolve, the brain would evolve growing from childhood to adulthood if as a parent we were kind of not rushing the learning process. Because I observe a lot of times parents toward small children and toddler and young children being very impatient. Come on, hurry up. Okay, you don't know how to do that yet? Oh, let me do it. And so I wonder if it doesn't create that feeling of inadequacy in children and then start to create themselves a story or, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not efficient enough. I don't do it right. And create more of those not enough stories that again transition into adulthood. Different context, same story. And the impact, I feel the impact it would have is big if we were all leaning back, letting other people do their thing, their own pace, try, fail, stand up again, try again, succeed, try another thing at their own pace. I really wonder how much different it would be in our interactions, in our relationships, how much more accepted we would feel. Would we feel more in place, belonging, respected for who we are at the pace we're growing, at the pace we're learning? I'll let you think about it